If you feel like there's 1,000 different ways to sharpen your photo, that's because really there is, and every different creator online will recommend a different method to sharpening your photos. And I know I have certainly listened to the age-old advice that everyone recommends for landscapes and usually wildlife, where you go in the Lightroom and you drop the radius, you increase the detail, increase the masking, and you increase the sharpening, and this gives you the best sharpen. Now, I've been testing this a lot lately, and I just don't think this is the best way to do it. So in today's video, I want to talk about what I think is the best way. Now, if you've never heard of that method before, don't worry, because I'm going to show you everything that you need to know in today's video, and we're going to be doing it within Lightroom Classic here. Now, if you are an Adobe Photoshop user, you can of course use Camera Raw. It's going to be pretty much exactly the same method that we're going to show in this video, just in Camera Raw. So let's jump in there into Lightroom here. And we will first look at a landscape, and I am going to look at a wildlife image second. It's going to be a little bit more complex, but let's look at this landscape image first. So the image looks pretty good. You know, it's already decently sharp. I've done a focus stack, but I just want things to be just a little bit sharper, just to kind of pop off that page a little bit more. And especially like you can see in here, this is not super sharp. So within Lightroom, we're just going to scroll down on this right side. We'll make the image as big as we can there. Scroll down on the right side, all the way to sharpening. Now, once we're on sharpening here, you're gonna need to increase the amount, or it might start by default at like 40, I can't remember what, but increase the amount so then you get access to the sliders. If the sliders are grayed out, it's because your amount is at 0. So you increase the amount. Now, I wanna talk about what each option does. So one of the things that a lot of people don't know about Lightroom is if you hold this Alt and Option button and you drag any slider, it will show you like what that is doing. So you can see as I adjust the radius, you can see if I zoom in, you'll see it better here. You can see how the edge sharpen gets a little bit bigger. Look, especially on these rocks, like when I'm all the way at 3, the sharpen is gonna be a lot bigger. When I'm at 0.5, it's gonna be a lot smaller. And then detail just allows me to show more or less detail. If I increase the radius and then I adjust the detail, you'll see more detail, less detail, more detail, less detail. And then you also have access to this masking slider. And what the masking slider does is it shows a black and white preview of what your sharpen is doing. So if we hold the Alt Option button again, and that's one button, it's Alt on PC and Option on Mac. And we drag the masking up. Now you can see we've got a black and white image. Anything that's white will be sharpened, anything that's black will not. So if it's at 0 and you use these sharpening sliders, you are literally sharpening the whole image, which is a big problem. Because you'll see if I have my masking at 0 and I start to sharpen, all that we've done here is we've just made the image a lot more noisy because we've sharpened the whole image. So we don't want to do that. You want to use that masking slider. It's crucial that you use the masking slider, and it's the first thing that you should almost always do. So you're going to hold the Option or Alt button and then just bring this up until you get a little bit better looking image where you're just selecting the edges. You can see like that right side corner of the image, you can see how the leaves are outlined. You can also see how the water is outlined, the log in the middle is outlined. We've got lots of things outlined, which is good because that's what we want. We want to sharpen the edge of everything in our image. I'm going to look at these leaves down here. Now we've got our masking up. 87 is the value I'm going to use for this photo. Oftentimes I do less, but this time that's what looks good. However, to just, like I said, look at it on each of your individual images and figure out which way is going to work best. Now we're going to go in and make adjustments to the detail and the radius. Now typically what's been suggested in the photography community for a long time, and I think this might have worked better when we had lower resolution sensors, but now that we have higher resolution sensors, I don't like doing this as much. But what people would recommend is detail all the way up, radius all the way down, and then increase the sharpening. And what I don't like about that on a higher resolution sensor is you can see it just added noise on the edge. And yes, I'm very much sharpening this at 150, but even if I bring this down, any sharpen at all just starts to add noise to the edge. So I don't really like doing that. And make sure you're watching this video in 4K, by the way, if you aren't, because 1080p, you might not be able to see the difference. You can see before and after. So we've kind of added noise to the edge. So now instead of doing that, what I actually like to do is bring the radius up just a little bit, maybe about 1.5. And then you can see as I increase this, now it's not quite adding so much noise to the edge. And especially if you bring the detail down, it'll look a lot better. So a lot of times I'll bring the sharpening all the way up to the maximum and I'll adjust the two sliders, usually radius about 1.5, and then I'll adjust the detail to just figure out how much detail I want in the image. Now, I am looking at this very, very close, but somewhere around 25 probably looks pretty good. And then you'll dial back the amount slider here, and then toggle the results before and after. So I think that looks a lot better. Of course, you wanna look at multiple different spots, so I'll scroll around the image here. We'll do before and after. Normally I would probably be zoomed in about maybe this far, but watching this on video, I know you probably can't see that well since you're watching in a lower resolution than what I'm seeing. So I'll zoom in a little more and you can see it just kind of brings that to life a little bit. And you can scroll around the image before and after. You can see because of the masking, it's not doing any sharpening on the water, which is great. It is sharpening right in here, which is perfect. That's exactly what we want to do. And I think that's looking pretty good. So that's how I go about sharpening this photo. Let's go ahead and jump to another image where we're gonna do a little bit more advanced technique here. So I've got this really beautiful little Fox kit here. And this is an image shot at ISO 1250. I brightened it a little bit, so it's a little bit noisy. So, you know, most people know how to use Lightroom's denoise. Check the box, and it gives you great denoise on your photo. Now, the problem with denoise is typically you'll lose a little bit of sharpness when you use it. So we want to get that sharpness back by using some of these sharpening sliders here in Lightroom, and I'll show you exactly how that works. So I'm going to jump back in here. You can see after the denoise is complete, before and after. I like what it's doing because it's now making, you know, this right side of the image is looking a lot nicer. We've kind of smoothed that background, which is perfect. Maybe we'll bring that up to 60. And that is about what we're gonna do there. Now the problem is we've really kind of softened everything. The fur is pretty soft around the edges here. Everything is just soft. The face is soft. And so to bring that back, we're gonna do similar things with the sharpening slider. So I'm gonna zoom all the way out and adjust masking first. We'll hold that option button, bring that up. And now I'm gonna do a pretty aggressive sharpen here. So rather than having something like this where it's gonna sharpen things in the background as well, I really just wanna get this fox. And I'm gonna do about right there. You can see there's kind of like whiskers on the right side of its face, and I wanna make sure I get those in there. Probably about right there looks good. Now we'll zoom back in, and then we will make our adjustments here. So let's bring the sharpening all the way up and just toggle what this looks like. Now you are toggling it with the denoise. When you toggle up here, you can also just go sharpening down to 0 and then back up to 150 to see what just the sharpening is doing by itself. It's already doing a pretty good job. But let's go ahead and make some adjustments here. If we want to use our Alt or Option button there to adjust the radius, we can. You can see if I bring the radius up, it's going to make this a really kind of clarity-like sharpen, versus bringing it down is going to make it more of a very fine sharpen. And then we might bring the detail up, but I don't want to bring that detail up too far because now you can start to see I am introducing a little bit of noise on the face of our fox here, which we don't want to do. So we're gonna bring this back down. Detail probably about 50 on this photo. And then radius, we can just adjust this as we see fit. So we can actually bring this up pretty high. I'm gonna go with 2 there. And now you can see it's just a little bit too crunchy for my liking. So I'm just gonna drop the sharpness slider just a little bit. So we'll go 58 and then back to 0. We'll go back up to about 58, back to 0. You can see that minor difference that makes. So now let's look before and after. Before and after. So you can see we had a good amount of noise. We removed the noise and then we added that sharpening back in there. So it's actually looking pretty good. So hopefully that makes sense for you. Do make sure that you watch this video in high resolution because otherwise you might not even notice any difference at all at a lower resolution, but this does make a difference. Try this alongside an image of your own as you follow along with the video. I think that's really gonna help you in order to create much sharper images. And of course, there's many other different ways to sharpen your photo. This isn't really a great method to use if your photo is what I would say too far gone. If it's completely unsharp from the start, you're not gonna be able to do a lot of recovery there, but I will link another video here if you are trying to recover a photo, that's gonna help you to recover images sharpness when there maybe isn't a lot of sharpness to be had. Anyways, I really appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much. My name's Austin Jackson. It helped me out a lot if you guys subscribed to the channel and left a comment down below if this helped. As always, thank you so much, and we will see you guys next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye.